Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play Disco Elysium. So, after we finished our mysterious case of the missing insect, I guess it's time to look for something else to do. Now, obviously there's still the whole church business that I have to address, but I also want to finish this one, which means I have to call the public library, which means I will have to pass a bit of time until I can do so. So I think what I will do is I will go to the bookshop and I will buy one or two books and read them, because apparently that will pass some time a bit faster. Also, I got like a thought. I mean, I can't actually use it at the moment because I'm still internalizing, but let me have a look at it. Which one was it? It's not highlighted anymore. Where is it? Is it just somewhere among all the other thoughts now? Let's see. I think it was this one, Motorway South. Temporary research bonus -1 visual calculus, bizarre angles. At the edge of the map, the landmass begins to disintegrate into pure trigonometry. The ocean melts, becoming a tangle of sines and cosines. The mountain range turns into a sharp-angled azimuth. Its green shadow dithers like music turning into a waveform and then vanishes. This is the end. A half-remembered textbook from your childhood, the porch collapsing on the edge of the isola, a transition from reality to pale. A single vector shoots out like a rocket. It's the motorway south, splintering off from the known pale. To where? Where does it go? Okay, well, fascinating. Not sure if I really want to spend some time on that, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't have any skill point at the moment anyway, except my emergency point. But yeah, let's go to the bookshop and see if we want to buy any books. I mean, I kind of want to buy the Dick Mullen book, I suppose. So maybe that's what I will start with, but I may want to buy a few others as well. And, right, we still have the issue of these two guys over here. What kind of skill check was this? I know there was a skill check and I kind of skipped it for now.
Hey, piss! Look who it is! Shrunken cophead material.
Yeah, my half-light is pretty bad. I might be able to increase it. Can I have a look at my outfit? Well, maybe I don't have a lot of stuff to increase my half-life after all, or half-light. Okay, well, got the gloves. And we got this outfit. And that seems to be it. I don't have anything that decreases my half-light, do I? No. And obviously I could increase it by using some drugs, or just, you know, putting a point into half-light, which I haven't done so far. I don't know. Let's see. What exactly are my odds now?
Look
well,
who it is.
I mean,
Shrunken cophead material.
slightly better. So, do I want to try this now, or do I want to, you know, take some... What exactly do I need for more physique? I think it was alcohol, right? Hang on a second. Let me back out of this again. Yeah, it's alcohol. So, sure, let's increase this even more by using some alcohol And you know what? I'm going to put my emergency skill point into Half-Life. Just because I want these stupid jackets, which I probably will not wear anyway. I mean, I don't know what kind of stats they have, but I wouldn't be surprised if I end up sticking to what I have. Okay, now I have to... Why won't you let me use my alcohol? Okay, now it works. Let me have a drink. Okay, need to be very particular with where I click for the drink. Alright, now, let's try this again.
Hey, piss. Look who
Okay,
it is.
well,
Shrunken
at least
cophead material.
my chances have passed the 50% threshold, so let's try this.
No. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. The boys dream about being skulls. Use that.
And how would I do that?
Suggest they're massive skulls. Come on.
Boys, with those jackets, you're gonna be the Skull Kings in no time. Yeah, but that will make them want to keep the jackets even more. But okay, let's follow Half-Light. I mean, that's why I increased you, right?
What? No. Skulls don't have kings. I think. And we're not even in yet.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet.
Oh, I see. You kind of want to scare them. Make them believe that wearing the jackets might provoke the skulls.
Prospect must be a hierarchical term. Probably in the lower end.
Raise your voice, not even prospects and already aspiring to be kings. Okay, I can see the strategy now. Let's go for it.
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls. You're destined to go far.
I like that Kim is actually going along with it, even though I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to have the jackets. But I appreciate it, Kim.
He gets it. Passive-aggressive flattery.
Indeed.
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to get us killed?
No, I'm just trying to get you, give us your jackets.
Now bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting.
Yes, we want to be a cool killer skulls too, like you guys, but we don't have skull jackets. Wow, I didn't realize it's that serious. Let's forget about this. Let it go. No, I invested a lot to pass this skill check. I will totally commit to it.
Please be quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
That's exactly what I want. Skull King, make shrunken heads out of us. You offer us your jackets like that, it'd be impolite to refuse. Reach out your hand. Lower your voices. Yes, the jackets. Let's scare them a little bit more.
Fuck you, man. Take them then.
He looks around the plaza. People are noticing him now. Well, I guess if you offer them, it would be impolite to refuse.
Oh, man. Okay. I get it. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway. This was stupid.
Indeed.
Fuck.
There we go. I actually got them. Well, you look very different without your jackets.
The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement.
Right, turn to Kim. Since you said you're more of a piss F-word kind of guy, I'll take the other one. Turn to Kim. I know you said you're more of a piss F-word kind of guy, but I think I should have it for myself. No, you can have the piss F-word, and I will take fuck the world. That's fine with me.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you.
What? But you participated in our little scam to get them, and now you don't want the jacket. Why not? They're a pair. We could really raise hell, go undercover hard. But don't you want to express your individuality? Yeah, but they are a pair. We should wear them together.
This case doesn't require us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jackets will be useful at all. I just wanted them to not have them anymore.
Okay, I get it. Well, mission succeeded.
Cold-hearted cop.
Well, whatever. I'll take both of them then. Still, it's good to know we have a pair in case the need arises. Indeed, it's good to have both of them.
The need will not arise.
If you say so.
The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man was standing alone on a street corner with his written on his back, it'd just be an individual that has taken a liking to you, right? And fuck the world all on its own is, frankly, generic.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
The dark-haired young man just stands there defeated. The wind blows. Now I feel kind of bad for them and that I took the jackets from them.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
Especially since I don't really intend to use them, unless they have some good stats. I should check this out. Alright, let's see. What do these jackets give us? Oh, more drama, but less authority. A leather jacket that quite recently belonged to a young man who possessed some intimate knowledge on the human condition. It has his nom de guerre written on the back. It's quite a statement. Yeah, but I mean, anything that gives me a minus isn't really something I want to use, because I have much better outfits at this point. Half light, but minus rhetoric. A leather jacket that quite recently belonged to a hoodlum who understood a love for what it really is. It has the hoodlum's nom de guerre written on the back. It's quite a statement. I mean, I kind of want to see how it looks like. I mean, it's kind of neat, but the stats don't really convince me. And now this one gives me 2 bonus points, this one only 1 and a minus, so it's not really comparable. Let's switch back to our standard outfit. And yes, the gloves as well. And I got drunk just for that. But then again, it was oddly satisfying to just, make them give up their jackets. Alright, well, now that this is done, we can move on. Also, what's going on here? Where's the other guy?
Officer, care to play a game with the lonely old man?
Oh, what's up? Why are you so sad, apparently?
Actually, never mind. Wouldn't be the same.
Where's Renee? I wanted to ask you about Union again. Yeah, where's your... Well, I can't really say friend, right? Because they didn't really like each other, but they were still playing together all this time. But yeah, where is he?
The prick is gone.
Oh.
I can barely believe it. But he's really gone.
By gone, you mean dead?
He is trying to retain his jolly facade, but the underlying sadness casts a deep shadow over his wrinkled face.
Gone? Gone where? Do you know what happened to his medals? May Rene rest in peace. Yeah, I guess he means he's dead, but let's make sure.
Hell, most likely. He was an absolute Kent.
Okay, so he died. How did he die exactly? Was he really that bad? Do you know what happened to his medals? I offer my sincere condolences. Old people die, you get better ready too. Very empathetic. Yeah, what exactly happened?
His hungry little heart finally gave out. The dock workers found him in the guard booth this morning. Wasn't even supposed to be working for another week, but he just had to prove how tough he is.
Well, I guess at least he died on his post. That would probably be some condolences to him only.
Wait, did he push himself to prove he can pull his weight and doesn't need handouts?
Well, that's probably what it is.
Yes, he was about to head home. Cause when the dock workers found him, he was wearing civilian clothes and not the Kuketu uniform I saw him in all the time. Sometimes I thought he was wearing it just to piss me off. Now the joke's on him, cause he's gonna be buried without it.
I mean, they could just put him in his uniform and then bury him, right?
That means the uniform could still be in the guard booth. Something to keep in mind if you really plan to give yourself to Revachol.
Well, I don't plan to do that, but I may want to check that out anyway. Just to collect more novelty outfits. Do you think our conversation about his job pushed him to go out there? Huh. The irony isn't lost on me, but I wanted to ask about something else. Yeah, I hope I didn't contribute to his death.
No. René was the most stubborn man in Revachol. Nothing you or I could say would ever push him to do anything. The man was completely immovable.
Alright, you knew him better than I did, so I guess I'll take your word for it. But yeah, was he really that bad? He probably was, but let's ask it anyway.
I repeat, an absolute cunt. Even his old army buddies didn't want him around. He was like an old viper.
But you were still playing petanque with him.
The only people who could stand to be around him were Jenny and me. She saw something in him when we were just kids and she never lost sight of it. And I thought if the most beautiful being in the world can love him, then there must be something worth holding on to.
So you only spent time with him because your childhood friend was seeing something in him? Interesting. Did you love him? It doesn't sound like it. Do you know what happened to his medals? I don't know. Let's ask it anyway.
We've hated each other our entire lives. So much, in fact, that...
He falls silent and looks at you, eyes filling up with tears. Well, he's certainly very sad about his passing.
Yes, I loved that angry prick. He didn't deserve it, but I did. You know what his last words to me were?
Something mean, that he's sorry, some right-wing royalist slogan? Something forgettable like "see you tomorrow" probably? Tell me. I mean, all of that would make sense, except that he's sorry. Why would he suddenly say that? Probably some right-wing royalist slogan, right?
In Guillaume's time, you'd have been shot without trial. That's what he said to me. He lived a cunt, and he died a cunt. Let's leave it at that.
Okay, so I was kinda right. I guess picking something mean would also have been correct. Here's something to remember your friend by. Give him the photograph of Renee and the girl. Oh, right, I kinda have that. But yeah, do you know what happened to his medals? I hope it's not insensitive to ask this.
I took them for myself.
Oh.
Took them to remember that old cunt. Nobody knew him better than I did. And I want to remember that old cunt by something.
Well, I also have that photo if you want.
Strange how old cunt sounds almost gentle when he says it now.
Yeah, I mean, he's saying it a lot. But yeah, do you also want that photograph? I mean, it's a bit more personal than the medals, maybe?
Let me see. This was 60 years ago. We all went to that parade. Young René looked so happy, and Jenny...
Eyes blurry with tears, he has to stop.
I'm sorry, officer. I just... Thank you. Thank you for this little memorabilia. It really means the world to me.
Well, I'm glad, because I don't really have any use for it, I think.
That was nice. A small thing for us, but invaluable to him. He probably didn't even know René had the photo.
Right, so we made him, well, maybe a little less sad by giving him the photo. But yeah, my condolences, I suppose.
Yes, we are both very sorry for your loss.
It is what it is. Part of life, really. But to know someone for 79 years, then one day they're just gone.
79 years is a very long time, I agree.
I just don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something.
Too bad Rene's gone. I was hoping to ask him about Maybells. Hold out the flower. I think I already did ask him about it. Or am I just imagining that? I want to go over a few things about Rene, if that's okay. I want to ask about the Union again. Yeah, let's ask about the flower.
René wasn't really what you'd call a botanist, officer. And believe me, he didn't like Insulindian lilies.
It's an Insulindian lily, you say?
That's their old name, dating back to the time of kings and crests, and all that other stuff he loved so much.
And why didn't he like them?
There were many reasons, but mostly it was the communals. They called them the bells of revolution.
A sad smile passes his face.
I guess in the end, the Insulindian lilies were just another piece of the whole Insulinde. The royalists had to surrender to the Mazovian insurgents. It doesn't really matter anymore.
Okay, I'm not sure if it really matters for my investigation either, but thanks for the information. Are there any other things about René that I need to know?
Yes. What about René?
Well, apparently not, so I guess I will just offer my condolences again.
Yes.
It is what
Let's
I
just skip
just
that.
don't know anymore. About anything, really. But you must need something.
I'm not sure if I have any new questions about the Union, but let's have a look.
Officer, I just can't do this right now. The Union, it just doesn't matter anymore.
Alright, fair enough. I don't think I actually had any questions anyway, so I'm going to leave. Okay, well, apparently René is dead and, well, he can't play petanque anymore. And I mean, that did pass a few minutes, but not enough to make that phone call. So, off to the bookstore it is. Alright, here we are. Also, do I want to talk to any of these again? Let's see if they have any new dialogue.
Hello again, esteemed officer, and welcome to Crime, Romance, and Biographies of Famous People.
Alright, nothing new here. So let's have a look at some books first. I think these were actually like board
A
games,
small
right?
mountain of colourful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Maybe I want to buy one of these board games as well. Sovereignty Wirral. Maybe let's have a look at that Dick Mullen book first. Oh, hang on. No sane person would ever put their head into such a machine. What machine? Anyway, I believe this was the shelf with the Dick Mullen book.
Shelves filled to the brim with crime novels featuring the supposedly stalwart Vespertine detective Dick Mullen.
Alright, I guess I will buy the Dick Mullen book.
Of course. Such violence and immorality. I mean, enjoy.
And maybe one of the board games.
A small mountain of colourful board game boxes. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise.
Okay, I guess I will buy Sovereignty, and I will have to see how much money I have left later. I may be able to pawn in some stuff, so I might be able to increase my finances, but for now let's just buy the cheaper one. Also, we heard about this before, so I'm kind of curious about it.
Wonderful choice, sir. A wholesome family game.
Is it now? Okay. Alright, so we can check out the book and the board game. Let's maybe read the book first. That should definitely pass enough time until we can call the library. Another Dick Mullen book that woefully misrepresents the nature of police work. In this one, our detective returns from a trip having successfully solved one case, only to embark on another. Does he finally face the taxing nature of his occupation? No, he doesn't even look like a normal officer of the law. Who cares? Let's read it.
In your hand, you hold Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity. The brittle paperback feels fragile to the touch.
Alright, let's examine the cover first.
The cover features a pastiche of different scenes. In the foreground, a man in a dark overcoat clutches a pistol to his chest. Rising up behind him are two silhouettes wrapped in a passionate embrace. The tagline reads, Detective Dick Mullen must prove his innocence after an old friend is murdered by someone who looks just like Dick Mullen. That seems to sum up the premise nicely.
Alright, sounds intriguing.
Needless to say, it violates nearly every RCM regulation for a detective to investigate a murder in which he is a suspect.
Maybe he's doing it on his own time because, he needs to prove he's innocent and his colleagues don't believe him, so he's going rogue. That's usually how this works, right?
Are you really reading that, detective?
Of course I do. I really need to know who this Dick Mullen guy is. I'm looking for advice on being a real detective. I'm just skimming it. I'm not sure if I will learn anything about being a real detective here, but I need to learn more about Dick Mullen.
Good luck finding it. He's not much of a character, I think you'll find. Just a stand-in for the reader.
Well, it sounds like you have already read your fair share of Dick Mullen books, or how would you know that, Kim,
The point is for the reader to feel like they're solving the crime, along with Dick Mullen. A crude narrative convention, but no less effective for it.
I agree, so let's start reading.
The story opens with a knock at the door. Detective Dick Mullen is greeted by an old friend, Charlie Spillane, who's come to Mullen to ask a favor on this dark and cold night. Spillane needs Mullen to drive him in from Vespa to a small town along the Insulindian coast. Despite his friend's apparent agitation, Mullen does as he's asked, then returns home where he passes out drunk, as he does most nights. An extremely unprofessional and hurtful stereotype that's offensive to all upstanding officers of the law.
Well, you certainly are not in a position to judge this, Harry. That's true. Keep reading. I don't need to read this. I'm already living it. Yeah, I can't really judge that.
2 days later, Mullen is arrested by the Vespa police and charged with the murder of Charlie Spillane. At his interrogation, Mullen learns that Charlie Spillane was shot in a bar in the very town Mullen dropped him off in by a man matching Mullen's description.
That is very incriminating, I agree.
Desperate to clear his name, Mullen manages to convince the Vespa police to release him for 3 days so that Mullen may solve his friend's murder and prove his innocence.
That is rather odd. The cops release their prime murder suspect so he can find the real killer? Are you shitting me? No way Mullen did it. Yeah, this seems rather unlikely, even for a novel.
What's the matter, detective?
I don't know who's writing this shit, but I get the feeling they aren't experts on homicide investigations. No, probably not.
The lieutenant shrugs, resigned to the idea that his profession will rarely, if ever, be accurately represented in art and literature.
Yeah, I guess we will just have to accept that.
They're not shitting you, detective. This is what the writers think passes for police procedure.
Okay, well, but clearly Mullen didn't do it, right?
Of course Mullen didn't do it. That's the whole premise of the book. Anyway, Mullen returns to the seaside bar where Spillane was murdered and meets a beautiful, mysterious woman named Diana Deneva.
Alright, so we have our mysterious, beautiful lady now. Nice, a dame. Now it's getting interesting, keep reading. I feel I've read this before, close the book. Well, if you did, I certainly don't remember. But yeah, it's getting interesting.
Deneuve reveals that she was Spillane's lover, and that he was mixed up with a local amphetamine smuggling operation. As soon as Mullen begins pulling at strings, the whole conspiracy begins to unravel.
Alright.
Not only is the local police captain in on the amphetamine ring, so is the son of a powerful politician and a strung-out art collector named Torvald, each of whom has his own reasons for wanting Spillane dead.
Alright, so we have a number of suspects now. Tell me about the corrupt police captain. I want to hear about the politician's son. What was it about an art collector? Yeah, tell me all about it.
Outwardly, the old police captain is a real law and order crypto-fascist, a barrel-chested man who's beaten his share of suspects to pulp. But he's also dirty and increasingly paranoid that someone's going to expose his role in the drug ring. He would certainly have the motive and the means, but the captain walks with a noticeable limp from an old war injury. Is it possible that he was able to conceal it long enough to commit the murder?
Okay, so he has a good motive, but his limp makes him an unlikely suspect. I get it. Tell me more about the politician's son.
A typical privileged twat. In all likelihood, he's just in over his head. He does bear a personal grudge against Spillane, though, a former prosecutor who nearly brought down his father's administration. The kid doesn't exactly have Dick Mullen's manly build, but he is the correct height. And while interrogating him at his home, Mullen did notice a certain overcoat that looks suspiciously like his own.
Okay, I'm not really convinced about this suspect. Tell me about the art collector.
Torvald, the art collector, is a strung-out mess. Frankly, it's hard to imagine him holding a pistol steady enough to actually hit someone, let alone plug them 3 times in the chest the way Spillane got did. That said, Torvald and Spillane have a long history, and while interrogating him, Mullen discovers that Torvald was once involved with Diana Deneuve. Could it be that this is all over a sordid love triangle?
Okay, so all of them have some points that speak in favor of them and some that speak against them. I see. Anyway, let's get on with the story.
One evening, Diana Deneuve comes to Mullen's hostel room in tears. The two of them drink half a bottle of vodka, and soon they're seeking comfort in each other's arms.
Of course.
Well, that testimony won't be admissible any longer.
Well, there's Esprit de Corps again with all its realism. How does Mullen expect to solve the murder if he's sleeping with witnesses? Nice, get it, Mullen. I'm not sure I'm happy with this, but maybe the story will turn it around. Well, maybe it will in some unlikely form. But yeah, how does Mullen expect to solve this?
The man's a prosecutor's nightmare. Solving a murder counts for nothing if all the evidence gets thrown out in court over police misconduct.
So he's more concerned with solving the case than he is with actually, putting them in jail if he doesn't really care about proper procedure and so on, and they never get past the actual trial.
That's just Dick Mullen's modus operandi. He might bend the rules, but he closes cases like no one else can.
Yeah, but I mean, what use is it to catch all these criminals if they just get to go free because you can't convict them? So I'm not sure if I'm happy with this.
As the two lovers share a post-coital cigarette, Diana Deneuve turns to Mullen and says, "By the way, Dick, there was something else I meant to tell you. Always aim for the center of mass."
Okay. What a random thing to say, hand-eye coordination.
Whatever it is, Mullen never hears the words. A blow to the base of his skull knocks him out cold instantly.
Okay, fuck, can't trust a dame. Shake your head. I don't really like where this is going. Close the book. No, I want to know how this ends. And I mean, I'm not sure if she is responsible for this, so not sure if the dame is to blame here.
When Mullen comes to, Deneuve is dead on the hostel bed next to him. To make matters worse, his clothes are covered with her blood.
Great, I guess now we are a suspect in yet another murder. Double fuck indeed.
Mullen trashes his blood-stained clothes and flees the hostel, knowing it's only a matter of hours before the cops discover Deneuve's body, if they haven't been tipped off already. Fleeing a crime scene, destroying evidence. Even if Detective Mullen didn't commit the murder, he should be facing years behind bars.
I mean, that is kind of shady. I agree with you there, Esprit de Corps.
Dick Mullen won't be sent to the clink for the sake of some legal niceties. The heat is on. If Dick Mullen can't solve both murders before the cops catch up to him, he's going away for life. Can you solve the case before the cops close in?
Wait, I've got some questions first. I figured it out. I don't think with the information that I currently have I can figure it out, so can I ask more questions?
What is it, Detective?
Why does everyone close to Dick Mullen wind up dead? That is very mysterious. Why did Dick Mullen become a detective in the first place? Why bother solving crimes when the world is so evil? I don't have any more questions. I figured it all out. Yeah, I mean, that is kind of suspicious.
It's a dangerous line of work, but somebody has to do it. That's why Dick Mullen never lets anyone get too close.
Well, but I mean, he just did. He slept with the dame, and now the dame is dead, so he didn't really follow that rule. But yeah, why did he become a detective in the first place?
There was never a time when he wasn't a detective. He was born a detective.
Was I not born to be a detective? I wouldn't know, to be honest. But why is he like that? Yeah, I'm not sure about myself, to be honest.
For a moment, you cease to read the story on the page and see the book for what it is. A collection of brittle, cheaply printed pages held together by glue made from the hooves of horses. From nowhere, you hear the screech of sneakers on a waxed floor, and you feel the burn of rope against your hands. Are these figments of some other life?
What? The screech of sneakers on waxed floor and you feel the burn of rope against your hands? What would that even be?
You won't find the answers you're looking for here, in other words.
Yeah, surely, answers to my personal questions will not be in this book. Why bother solving crimes when the world is so evil? That's deep.
Is it really so evil, Detective?
Okay, maybe not. There are parts worth saving. Yep, it's pretty fucking evil. Well, let's hope that there are some parts worth saving.
Like what?
Friends and family, the pleasure of contemplating art, the taste of a good cigarette, the smooth taste of some ultra-high-proof booze. I mean, I guess Harry would say that, right? I'm not even sure if he has friends or family, so it's gotta be one of the other, options.
There are worse things in the world than the pursuit of chemical pleasures, but there are better things too.
Well, fair enough. Okay, well, I guess I have figured it all out. I don't, but whatever.
So, who did it, Detective? Who killed Charlie Spillane and Deanna Deneuve?
The dirty police captain, the junkie art collector, the politician's twat son, Dick Mullen. You know what? I don't even care. Honestly, I don't think that I can come to a proper conclusion with the available evidence, so I guess I'm just going with the dirty police captain because he seems to have the best motive, and I guess somehow disguising his limp might be possible, so sure, let's go with this one.
Could be. Who knows? Only one way to find out.
Right, let's finish the book.
You begin furiously flipping through pages. Even as you know these books follow a series of well-worn tropes, you find yourself completely engrossed. You're turning pages so fast, you don't even notice the ancient spine coming unglued. You try to grab the pages as they come loose, but your fingers aren't quick enough.
Oh no.
They're gone.
What? What? Oh no, I had like a failure here in reaction speed. So the pages just vanished. I mean, if they fell down, you can just pick them up again. And I mean, the skill check is impossible, so I'm not sure if I can actually pass this.
Dozens of pages scatter across the floor. The last fifth or so of the book seems to have been lost. It's possible that you could gather and reassemble the pages, but it would take way too long.
Oh dear, so I won't be able to find out who did it. Stupid old horse glue. God, now I'll never know. Yeah, that is very frustrating.
Too bad, detective. If it's any consolation, the resolution is almost never very satisfying.
Okay, I just want to know who did it. I don't care if it's satisfying. Just knowing who did it is satisfying enough.
And on that note, perhaps we should get back to making sense of our own case.
Well, if only I could. If only I could.
Last year, more than 71% of murders in Revachol went unsolved. In Revachol West, that number was closer to 85%.
Well, I'm trying my best not to have this case end up as part of the 85%.
In your hand, you hold 4/5 of Dick Mullen and the mistaken identity.
Okay, so I guess that book is damaged now and I will not be able to find out what happened. How disappointing. But yeah, let's put the book away, and I mean, it is late enough to call the library now, but do we want to have a look at the game as well? Let's have a quick look at it. A civilization building board game where you get to choose a nation and set off to colonize and exploit other cultures. A star-shaped note on the box proclaims the game now includes a completely new genocide option. Intriguing. Let's have a look at it.
In your hands, you hold a brand new copy of the game, Suzerainty. It's snugly wrapped in a skin of plastic. The cover features a charming illustration depicting a mass of grinning laborers loading goods onto a ship, while a richly dressed administrator oversees their work. The exact location and time period are left deliberately vague, but it's clearly meant to represent the economic relationship between the Revacholian suzerainty and its many vassals.
Clearly. Shake the box, remove the plastic wrap, leave it perfect and undisturbed. No, let's have a look at it. Shake the box.
The box has a nice heft to it. You hear the rattle of individual wooden tokens and feel their weight shifting back and forth. Even before you open it, you can tell that this will be a meaty game of grand strategy and complex player interactions.
Alright, let's remove the plastic wrap.
The plastic wrap rips off as easily as a bodice in a tawdry historical romance.
And let's open the box.
There's a hiss as the lid slides off. Inside, you find a thick, full-color rulebook and more than a dozen pouches of various wooden components. Savor that new board game smell. A mix of wood, paper, and ink, all wrapped in the sweet must of cardboard.
Read the rule book, examine the components. Hey Kim, wanna play? Well, maybe I should read the rules first.
Welcome to Suzerainty, a game of economic strategy for the whole family. The rulebook is sumptuously illustrated and thick as a Gradian novel.
Economic strategy, more like rapacious plunder and exploitation. Finally a proper game to teach children about the importance of trade and the global economy. This history seems problematic, but it is important to teach children basic economic concepts. Keep reading. It seems kind of problematic, yes, but I mean, we still like playing these games, at least I did.
The colourful illustrations depict cheerful workers picking apricots, hauling marble sculptures out of crumbling temples, and harvesting a strange magenta-leafed plant. Everyone is smiling. You begin to suspect there may be a political agenda to this so-called family game. Only one way to find out.
I'm pretty sure there's one, but let's keep reading.
The instructions are opaque at first and introduce many concepts you're not familiar with. Fortunately, there are many diagrams and examples throughout. You soon figure out the basic conceit. Each player represents an administrator for the suzerain of Revachol. Your objective is to increase the suzerain's wealth and renown by accumulating victory points.
All right, seems straightforward enough. How do you accumulate victory points?
That's where the suzerain's vassals come in. The game features 4 vassal nations, each one home to an economically important resource. Each turn, the player collects resources from vassals where they've placed workers. They may then rearrange their workers, fulfill contracts for coin and bonuses, or build structures back in Revachol. As you leaf through the pages, your eye catches on a sidebar labeled Advice for Beginners.
Read the advice, ignore it. Just tell me how the winner is determined. Now, I'm a beginner. Let's read the advice.
Remember, there are many paths to victory in suzerainty, but successful players will find one strategy and commit to it wholeheartedly.
Okay, so you have to pick a strategy and then commit to it. I get it. And how is the winner determined? I guess by the victory points?
The actual scoring system appears infinitely complex, with a series of tables and appendices required to compute each player's final victory point total. You skip that part for now.
Alright, instead let's examine the components.
You open up a number of pouches containing wooden tokens. There are also several punch boards with other cardboard components that will need to be punched out before you can play.
Punch out the cardboard pieces one by one, check out the wooden tokens, put the components away. Yeah, sure, let's punch them out.
Each cardboard token makes a satisfying tsk as you pop it out. Soon, a neat pile of cardboard coins and counters has accumulated before you.
What? You're not going to offer to let me punch any of them out?
I didn't realize you would be interested in that. If I had known that, I would have offered it to you. So let's check out the wooden tokens.
In addition to the worker and building tokens used by each player, there are also several piles of colorful resource tokens, each representing one of the game's 4 principal resources. From the Empire of Safre, orange apricot tokens. From Ilmarat, the ancestral name of Ilmara, grey marble block tokens. From the Semenine Islands, white sacks of sugar tokens. And from Supramuindi and Sarah Maritza, magenta tokens for unprocessed cocaine leaves.
Oh, those are nice.
The lieutenant picks up a sugar token and admires it. Well, Kim seems to be very interested in this game. Look at that. But let's put the components away for now.
You hold the open game box before you.
Okay, I can ask Kim to play it, and I mean, he seems somewhat interested in the game, so I guess I should do that. However, the episode is getting very long, so maybe I should do that in the next episode. Also, I believe I have like a finished thought, so I have to back out of here, and yep, now I can look at the thought.
Apricot chewing gum scented one. August 2nd, early late summer. You're getting off the streetcar in Le Jardin, east of the river. Her father and mother are middle class. The nylon of her little jacket rustles next to you in the dark like autumn leaves. Her heels click on the pavement. You're walking up to the gate in front of her parents' house. She takes out her chewing gum and you kiss her. A feeling like electricity flows through your whole body. Immediately, you know that you've entered a completely different world.
Alright, so this might be the potential ex-wife, fiance, girlfriend we heard about, but it's very vague. +2 perception. Okay, I take it. Okay, so there goes another thought. I don't have any skill points at the moment, so I can't do anything about that. But yeah, let's end the episode here, and maybe I will ask Kim to play a game of suzerainty with me in the next episode, and then we will take care of the library business. But for now, let's call it a day as always. Thank you for watching, and see you again next time.